Okay, so hopefully that last video did clear up a few of the mistakes that I'd made previously, but there is something else that I noticed where this script will still break currently. If we are in the fading state, and we try to turn the torch on or off by using the F, nothing happens, it stays in the fading state. So let's try and fix that up. So when we push the F, we're checking for a state of turned off, and we're looking after turned on or flickering here as well. Let's add one more else if. Else if. So if we press the F, and if our flashlight state is equal to flashlight fading, what are we going to do? Well, we want to reset everything because everything's faded out. So all our intensities have been turned down. So we're going to turn our fade intensity back up to our start intensity, but we're just going to turn our flashlight off. So flashlight state is now going to be, that's right here, flashlight turned off. Okey-doke. So let's just quickly save that out and test if we can break out of the fading state. As you can see here, we can even set our torch to start turned on. So let's try it like that. So we started with the light already on, which is great. Our timer is going. Let's just bring down our maximum time for testing. Okay, so we've now hit the fading, and that's faded out. So before I hit F and nothing happens, if I hit F now, we've gone to the turned off state. So we've broken out of that state. So if we turn the torch on again, okay, so I reset the fading state, but I didn't reset the light intensity. And that's right there. So we want our light intensity to be our start intensity, but it's not going to show up because we're going to our state off, and our off of course disables our light anyway, but we want to reset this value for our intensity, otherwise what just happened will happen. So let's check that again. So we're turned on, we'll hit play, and for testing we'll just bring our maximum time down. So we hit fading, and we're now fading out. So again, I try and hit F, the torch turns off, but our intensity is at least set. So if we hit F again to turn it on, bang, we have our torch back on again. So we can either reset to get out of fade, and now we can also turn the torch off and back on again to get out of fade. So that's all fixed up now too. There's one final bit of functionality I'd really like to add to this script, and that's some kind of consumable energy source, the batteries. So we can run around our scene, pick up batteries, and if we don't have any, then we don't have a torch. Well, we don't have a torch that's very useful. So first, I'm going to include a boolean, just like the use flicker. Are we going to use batteries? Because we might not want to use consumable energy source. So a variable of use batteries, that'll be a boolean, and we just default it to false. So we can change it. B-R-I-E-S, there we go. Alright, now if we're using batteries, we want to know how many batteries we have. So variable battery count. And this will be a count, so it's a type int, and let's give them 3 to start with. Okay. So now we have batteries. How do we implement this? So it would normally be when we're fading, so we'll fade out. So we'll have to try and reset. So if we're resetting, we want to consume a battery. So we better check first. If we try and reset and our battery count is greater than 0. So we have batteries, we're able to reset. Okay, but if we reset, we want to consume a battery. We only want to consume a battery if we are using battery. So let's put that in now too. So if we reset on our battery count, we do have batteries. If we are using the battery functionality of this, then we're going to take a battery away from our count. So take away from battery count 1. Okay, so if we're using batteries, then we're going to consume batteries. So that way we start consuming, then if we try and reset and we have consumed batteries and we don't have any, then we're not going to be able to reset at all. So I'll save that out. We'll let that compile. We've got a couple of new things here. So let's just check if it works without the batteries first, just like it used to. So again, I'll turn the timer down just so it's quick for testing. We're fading out. Okay, if I hit the reset, I have batteries, so it should be normal. Bang, bang, and we're back. And we're fading. Alright, now let's see if we can consume batteries now. So if we're using the use batteries functionality of this, when we reset, there we go, we've consumed a battery from our backpack. So now we only have 2, and that one's run out of charge, and we want to reset. So there we go, we've lost another one, and our torches come back. Now the time's run out, and we're fading again. I'm going to use up our last battery. Now that one's been consumed, and we have nothing left in the backpack. So that's completely faded out now. Now what happens if I try and reset? Okay, nothing's happening there, because we don't have any batteries to replace. That's awesome. Alright, so if I just hit F, I can turn off. Now, by the same token, we don't have any batteries and we're turned off. Can we turn the torch back on again? Let's hit F. Okay, something's happened there, so we can still turn the torch on. Okay, so here we have if flashlight is turned off, and we want to do the same check as when we're resetting. If the torch is off and our battery count is greater than 0, so we can only turn on again if we only have batteries, same as resetting. Let's save that out. Okay, so we hit play. I'm going to bring down our timer and also bring down our batteries just so we can test much quicker. And we're going to be using our battery functionality. So we fade it out, we hit the reset, and there we go, we've reset, but then we've run out of time and we fade it out again. So as before, we try and reset, but we cannot because we have no batteries. So I hit F to turn the torch off. Now I try and turn it on again. Okay, I'm hitting F, and that torch won't turn on because we don't have any batteries. Okay, so that's working. So I hope you enjoyed all that. I'm quite happy with this script myself. As I said, you can see that it's got multi-function, it's multi-purpose, it's not just for one project. Anytime we want a flashlight, we can drag this in. We can make it flicker for horror, or we can let it fade as if it's a normal torch running out. We can have it so we can just constantly turn it on and off, or we have a consumable option, where we have to pick up batteries from the scene to be able to use the torch. Okay, so give it a go for yourself, and drop me a comment, let me know what you think. That'd be awesome. Alright, have a good one.